Hello again. Again and again and again. Last time we finished all the side quests. We killed the monster in the attic, and now we are going the expansion Bright Fir Forest. Probably only just one zone. I think some of the bosses in the arena was also part of the expansion. So I'm not sure. Oh. Squirrel farmer boy. Hello there. Those houses look a little bit worn down.
Reggie was greeted by the squirrel guide Zazu at the forest edge. She'd been sent to show the king the way to the festival, a secret path known only by squirrel folk.
Thank you for offering a bunch of gear.
The forest was not at all what the young king expected. He'd heard the bright fir's golden leaves bathed the entire forest in light. There'd been no mention of these giant mushrooms that made the air heavy with spores.
Like it's blocked under us.
The bright fir's golden light fell on the forest clearing and caravans like an enchantment. The mood, though, was not festive, but worried.
Sounds a little festive. Or religious.
Zazu, embarrassed, explained the reason they asked the brave young king here was to plead for his help. The squirrel elder and a priest of the bright fir journeyed to the abandoned glimmer mines to harvest bright moss, and had not returned.
Right. Oh, maybe I can use my gold here. Wait, there's a store there. Is it not up yet? I guess not.
With the golden light of the camp behind him, Reggie headed back out into the gloom in search of the mines.
Yes, I have a feeling this expansion is gonna have some pretty hard boss fights.
Signs were not promising. Outside the glimmer mines were vicious beetles. What had driven them from their cave home? The squirrel folk were in more danger than they knew.
I know I'm not supposed to go. Yeah, locked. Save the mines. Ooh. Ooh. A very slightly better bow.
The squirrel elder's walking cane lying abandoned. If he didn't have it, Reggie wondered, how did he carry himself from this place?
How do I know that's his walking cane? I've never seen the guy. Did I not? Thought I clicked parry. Right, the last attack on my sword lasts very long. Good thing I'm wearing my bug armor, I guess. Drink. Just I can see if there's any secrets.
The rocks of the Glimmer Mines glowed with a blue light unlike anything Reggie had ever seen. Reggie wondered what the moles would make of this place. The Squirrel Elder's lifeless body lay on the floor, the priest at his side. Before Reggie could approach, he found out why they were trapped here. This was the nest of the Beetle Queen.
Similar attacks to the Beetle King, is it? And the optional content that we just did. Oh no, that's the wrong way. Awesome. Or she. Ah. Such a long delay in her attacks. Come on. Come on. Gotta move. What? Now she's gonna aim for me. Ooh, really? I thought I had that. Okay. We go again.
The Squirrel Elder's lifeless body lay on the floor, the priest at his side. Before Reggie could approach, he found out why they were trapped here. This was the nest of the Beetle Queen.
Ah. Should you always go to the straight opposite? It seems like it. I think maybe I could attack twice here. Wait. Okay. Okay, I'll take damage when she lands. Oh, no. Ooh. Dead. Get murdered.
Queen in her glimmering grave. Reggie approached the still body of the Squirrel Elder. The Squirrel Elder rose with a yelp. He'd been entranced from the ritual smoking of extra potent bright moss. Unaware, he almost became the Beetle Queen's snack. Thanking Reggie for the rescue, they headed back to begin the festival.
Probably no frogs here. Do a cheeky save before we continue. Yeah, let's fill up.
This market stall sells all sorts of quality goods. A few coins spent here would spruce up the Crimson Keep nicely.
Okay, just stuff to fix the house. A small library just outside the kitchen for the residents of Crimson Keep to enjoy. Or Bug House, hung from a tree in the center of the Crimson Keep. New shrines to honor the brave soldiers who fell in the war against the frogs. New paintings around the castle depicting Reggie's many victories in battle. A set of 3 statues carved in stone immortalize Reggie's victories in battle. A repaired King Rattus portrait. This regal painting of King Rattus was destroyed in the frog attack. Lovingly repaired, it now hangs outside the king's chamber. Smithy banners. Bright banners that hang in the smithy stairwell. That was all. Okay, you're drinking acorn juice.
With the Squirrel Elder back at the Bright Fir, with a tankard of bright sap in his paw, the festival of Leaf's Fall could finally begin. No sooner had the Elder raised his cup into the air to begin his opening speech, came the clattering of wood and smashing of glass. To everyone's horror, a drunken squirrel had knocked over the table with the bright sap. The festival of Leaf's Fall could not continue without the rare and sacred drink. The Squirrel Elder turned to Reggie, asking if the brave young king would again save their festival and venture into the shrine of the tapped root to collect more bright sap.
I got a key for the underground. Sure. The music to voice mix was a bit low there, I thought. Maybe it's just not as well mastered in the... Oh, could I have gone into the... Yeah, I guess. Didn't see that. Ah, such a slow roll. No, it's blocked off. Okay. Ah, the key, that's to the blockade I saw earlier. That I didn't check out. Just saw it at the map. Oh. Bug juice.
In the maze of bright fir roots, the spores were so thick Reggie had to wear his gas mask. Was this infestation the reason the bright firs were dying?
Yeah, so this enemy, I assume, was added for this expansion, and then I just... So the extra bottles in the mine back home was probably also from this expansion then. Secret room here, no? Yes. Nothing I want though. Filling up my healing.
The shrine of the tapped root stood before him, but the root looked damaged. Before Reggie could wonder what had done this, he got his answer. A root worm, bloated and enraged by bright sap.
Why is there a squirrel in the background? Ooh. It's like the damage and the light knife weapons are too similar.
Banished from these parts for generations, Reggie had a feeling its presence meant something was rotten in the state of bright fur. To Reggie's dismay, the tap was broken. Reggie did not look forward to returning to the Squirrel Elder with no sacred sap and news of rootworms.
That's what they get for not maintaining their horse, I guess.
Though shocked at the news, the Squirrel Elder had an idea. The tap was one of several made in the basement woodsmith workshop of Castle Dre. Perhaps Reggie could look there.
Sure.
Approaching the ruins of Castle Dre, Reggie's whiskers twitched at the familiar stench on the breeze. He refused to believe it.
Frogs.
After all he'd done to be rid of them, it could not be. The frog scourge had returned, a pestilence on the sacred forest that could not be allowed to spread.
Oh.
A
So,
slapping of webbed feet from the basement. More pond filth waited below, and would soon feel his blade.
guess we're going over to frog resistance gear. I don't know what's best here. I like this helmet. Yeah.
The frog squatter was none other than General Hackett. No better than a common thief looting supplies. The only thing he'd be taking today was his last breath.
New hack. Oh, come on. Please, Dave. Glad Dave. focused on the boss fight. That's the fun part of the game. I guess some exploration is okay, but now that most of my stuff is maxed out anyways. Root tap, a spare root tap to replace the one broken by the root worm. It is used to draw bright sap from the root.
Satisfaction of the frog general dead at his paws, Reggie found the replacement tap. The squirrels would have their sacred sap.
Sure, for fun. Also, sure. Switch it up a bit. Okay. Let's fill up. And all the way back again.
The king barely noticed the journey back to the bright fur, dwelling as he was on the return of frog spawn to the ratdom. Where there's a general, an army must be close by. Reggie handed over the tap, but wished he could spare the old squirrel the pain of hearing frogs were in Castle Dray. The squirrel elder could not allow the festival to continue, knowing pond scum squatted in their ancestral home. Reggie did not need to be asked. He knew what needed to be done. Reggie could not believe the frogs had returned after all he had done to be rid of them. Pond scum never learn.
Good insult. Pond scum. Hello?
Reggie was surprised to find a mole in Brightfir Forest. The mole was embarrassed. He'd got lost going from Station C-19 to Station 24-7. Reggie sympathized. Those tunnels were a tough route. Lost he may have been, but still enterprising. The mole had armor for sale, if the king had the coin. The mole had heard of this king of rats who traveled the underground, but never believed it was true. Perhaps Reggie knew the tunnels well enough to give him directions.
I don't think I do. I got more mole resistance gear though, so...
As Reggie made his way towards the ruins of Castle Dray, the stench of pond scum once again drifted in on the cool breeze. The familiar scent made him wonder why the frogs had suddenly reappeared in the ratdom. He'd heard tales of the great Castle Dray from his father's whiskers, but it was hard to believe this mushroom-pocked ruin was ever that once proud place. The evil frog spawn had been looting. These frogs believed they could make the central tower a new base, but Reggie would show just how wrong they were.
Just live where you're supposed to live. Go back to your homeland. Bring your stench with ya. Apparently my rat's a... Well, he's only... I don't say he's racist, but he's quite open to all the other races. I guess the frogs are kind of racist then. They seem to kill every other species. Speciesist? Not racist? Is that a word? Loot again. Interesting.
The central tower. Whoever was collecting all these supplies would surely be at the top. The young king had thought his lust for revenge was sated. But he would not be satisfied until every frog in his kingdom had croaked their last.
Okay. On here. Oh, arrows, nice. We can go both up and down. Go down. Forgotten seed bank.
A strange crunch beneath his paws. Reggie looked down to see seeds on the floor. Jars of golden bright fir seeds were all around, enough to plant 100 forests. Reggie wondered if the squirrel elder knew they were here.
I've seen the seed bank in Svalbard, which is in Norway, sort of. It's an island out in the cold ocean. They have a seed bank. The World Seed Bank is there. I've only been outside though. If you don't know about that, you could Google it. It's pretty cool. There's a seed bank on Svalbard, a small island, where I think seeds from, if not all, then at least a lot of different plants. Are stored in case of emergency, like I'm not gonna say apocalyptic events, but great natural disasters. I was already full on that. Because it's so cold there, there's permafrost in the ground.
Seems he wasn't the only one here for vengeance. Shield Maiden Yellowtongue was waiting, screaming the name of her fallen brother, War Chief Greenwood.
Which sounds a little bit sci-fi, but it exists. I'm not sure who's behind it. If it's the UN, maybe? Or the EU? I assume it's the UN. Oh. I've always thought of Svalbard as just like a smaller version of Iceland. There's no vegetation, or there is like
Seems he wasn't the only one here for vengeance.
Very
Shield maiden
short
Yellowtongue
bushes to
was
grow there.
waiting,
I don't know what they're called.
screaming the name of her fallen brother. War Chief
There's no flowers, for example. It's illegal to pick flowers, actually. There, a couple of them grows. There's no trees, no bushes to knee height even, as far as I've seen. I think it's all like boot height at most. Oh my lord. Talking too much and not concentrating. Okay. It's a failed attempt. So yeah, it's a cool place. They have
Seems
polar
he
bears.
wasn't the only one here for vengeance. Shield maiden Yellowtongue was waiting.
It's
screaming
illegal to
the
leave
name of
town
her
without a
fallen
gun.
brother. War Chief Greenlord.
Because of all the polar bears. People get killed there every now and then. Not like super often, of course. Sometimes. There was a few years ago, a tourist died. He was tenting, killed by a polar bear. Fortunately, they usually have to kill the polar bears then, because that means they've become too accustomed to people. And will continue to be a danger to the people who live there. But it is a part of the Norwegian sovereignty. But a lot of non-Norwegians live there. A lot of Asians, among other things. What do people do there? Well, there used to be coal mines. There's one operative coal mine as of today. But there are a bunch of empty coal mines there. As far as I'm aware, we don't have a lot of coal mines elsewhere in Norway. But I haven't really checked that. But yeah, that's where we used to mine coal, like back in the day. And there's also research, I guess. There's a university there. Actually, I had a friend who took a job there.
The only one here for vengeance. Shield maiden Yellowtongue was waiting, screaming the name of her fallen brother. War Chief Greenlord.
And they have another satellites, like big radar dishes there. Not quite sure what they look at, but base or something, I don't know. They're owned by a satellite and aero defense company. And like a lot of northern Norway, it's dark there half the year. Like the sun won't set at all. I think from like September to... oh lord. Well. Not quite sure when the sun comes back. February maybe? What am I supposed to do? I mean, I'm not taking any damage from his thrones. Oh, I dodged the wrong way. Ah. Let's pick up the arrows every time. Let's just save so we don't have to do that. Oh wait, had I already done that? That Max.
Seems he wasn't the only one here for vengeance. Shield Maiden Yellowtongue was waiting, screaming the name of her fallen brother, War Chief Greenwort.
Don't dodge. Stop dodging. Gonna heal. Ah, that'll be far enough ahead. The last phase. You gonna land on the far end? Yeah. Oh. Dead.
The fading echoes of her last croak, Castle Dre was returned to peace. There was a shrine in the room, carved figures of Reggie and his enemies in Bright Fir Forest. The frogs had planned it all to lure him here.
Hey, would you look at that? Was that the expansion? Might have been. Yeah. These games are not that good for talking. Get so focused on the fight. Can't really talk. Or if I talk, I'm not focused enough on the fight, and I'll die. Wait. Just ignore these.
The squirrels of the Bright Fir rejoiced to hear Castle Dre was back to its somber state of peace once more. The Squirrel Elder could start the Leaf's Fall Festival at last. Reggie basked in the joy of the squirrel folk, as warming as the golden light of the firs. He reclined in his chair and was honored with a cup of bright sap. Being king has its perks.
If I didn't get that reward from fighting and killing all of these guys. I got that just because I'm a king, and that would be pity. I think we finished it all. Secret we didn't get there. Get that. But I think that was it. Right? Let's check. Is there a medal we haven't gotten? No, we have them all. We're gonna get that secret, and then we're gonna go back to the castle. And we'll end this playthrough in the throne. We have helped the rangers launch. We have helped farmers get their cattle back. Oh, it's all the way over there. Okay. Right. What else have we done? Well, we've saved a bunch of rats. We've rebuilt our castle and our town. We've helped the miners. We've helped the mole people of Molchavik.
A strange crunch beneath his paws. Reggie looked down to see.
Oh, we didn't
seeds
save
on the
after we
floor.
got this, that's why.
Jars of golden bright fir seeds were all around, enough to plant 100 forests. Reggie wondered if the squirrel elder knew they were here.
We have bested both the arena of the moles and the arena that we have arranged. The best fighters from our neighboring kingdoms, I assume. The bunny and the frost king. There. Let's see if we can tell him about this vault. And we have saved the squirrels in their bright fir forest. Gathered trophies. And just now we built more stuff, library and stuff for the castle. We've defeated the troll horde. Not troll. What am I saying? Frog. Frog horde. And yeah, it was a fun game. It's cool. The art style is nice. I like rats, so you know, that's a big plus. Cool armor sets, a bunch of them. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Thought the ending to this expansion was a bit lame. Should have. It was not like, ah, you're done. Oh, hey.
The pilgrimage to Bright Fir was not an easy wagon ride. This family's wagon wheel broke in the mud. They offered a reward if Reggie could find them a replacement. With a new wheel in paw, the wagon would be on its way. Reggie assured them they'd not missed the festival as there'd been a few minor delays.
And we helped those people as well. I think we've done all the content now. Everything that's possible to do. We have all the achievements or the medals. I'd say we're pretty much done. We're gonna go back so we can look at the things we bought from the merchant. Yeah, cool game. Combat could have been a little bit tighter. And look at these paintings. Hey, he's dead though. But those trophies on the wall, didn't we already have those? Here are the people. Oh, me and the Me killing frog, me being king, and me with my little gun friend. Here's more stuff. That's the library, I assume. Don't know if there's anything new here. Don't remember where we got stuff. We've already seen the... Oh, there. On the top there's a beast head. Nice. I like that little scene there, which is just setting the mood in the beginning of the game. Right here, the horde is fighting. Attacking us. No real changes to this room. Okay, cool. That's it then. Thanks for watching. Hope you had fun with that game. I had fun with it. Cute. Cool. See you in the next one. Have a great evening.